What if the foods already in your kitchen could quietly protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and help you feel more energetic, simply because you chose them every day? No extreme rules, no expensive supplements, just consistent, small choices that add up over months and years. Today we're going to discover the 10 healthiest foods you should eat every day and how to fit each one into a real-life routine. 1. Extra virgin olive oil, a kitchen staple with surprising power. Think of it as a source of steady, heart-friendly fat, mainly monounsaturated fatty acids, plus a dense mix of polyphenols, which are natural antioxidants. These compounds are linked to lower inflammation and to better blood vessel health, and because olive oil is a fat, it helps your body absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K from vegetables. Practically aim for roughly a tablespoon a day, drizzle it over a salad, toss steamed vegetables with it, or finish a grain bowl with a glossy spoonful. Swap idea. If you're cooking at higher heat, use olive oil for finishing, and a high smoke point oil for searing. And if you need a non-oil option, mashed avocado can bring similar healthy fats. Visualize a bright green pour over mixed greens, simple and effective. 2 eggs, small, versatile packages of high-quality nutrition. 1 egg delivers a complete protein profile plus choline, a nutrient important for brain cell structure and signaling, and pigments like lutein and zeaxanthin that are associated with eye health. Eggs also help you feel satisfied, which supports steady energy between meals. A practical habit is to include 1 egg at breakfast, scrambled with greens, hard-boiled as a grab-and-go snack, or poached on toast. Safety and allergies. People with egg allergy should avoid them. Pregnant or immunocompromised individuals should follow food safety guidance about cooking and storage. For vegetarians who don't eat eggs, consider fortified plant-based proteins and foods high in choline, such as soy products. 3. Blueberries, compact, low-sugar fruit loaded with anthocyanins, the pigments that give them that deep blue color and act as antioxidants. Research shows diets rich in berries are associated with better vascular function and cognitive performance over time, likely because those antioxidants reduce oxidative stress in brain and blood vessels. Keep portions reasonable. A half to 1 cup added to breakfast is perfect. Add them to oatmeal, scatter them over yogurt, or blend them into a smoothie. If fresh berries are out of season, frozen blueberries retain much of their nutritional benefit. For people watching carbohydrates, blueberries are a low glycemic fruit that fits into a balanced plan. If you're finding this useful, hit like and subscribe so more people can learn simple ways to get healthier. 4. Legumes, the everyday champions of plant-based protein and fiber. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and other legumes bring sustained energy because their fiber and resistant starch slow digestion, supporting steadier blood sugar and feeding friendly gut bacteria. They're also a source of iron, magnesium, and potassium. Practical daily servings can be modest, a half to 1 cup of cooked legumes in a soup, salad, or as a side help stabilize hunger. Quick ideas: toss chickpeas into a salad, add lentils to a warm grain bowl, or enjoy a simple hummus with raw veggies. For those concerned about gas, start with smaller portions and rinse canned beans or soak dried beans well. Cooking with a bay leaf or ginger can ease digestion. Vegetarians and vegans can use legumes as a core protein source. Omnivores can pair them with a small portion of animal protein for variety. 5. Salmon and omega-3 sources, fats that the brain and heart like. Salmon is prized for its omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are linked to heart health, anti-inflammatory effects, and support for cognitive function. If you don't eat fish every day, include an omega-3 source daily. This can be a small serving of canned wild salmon, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed or chia, a handful of walnuts, or an algae-based supplement if you're vegan. When choosing fish, favor lower mercury options and sustainable sourcing. Canned wild salmon is an accessible, affordable choice. Practical tip: flake salmon into a salad, mix canned salmon with herbs for a quick sandwich, or sprinkle ground chia over your morning yogurt or oatmeal. If you have fish allergies, rely on plant-based omega-3 sources and discuss supplementation with a health professional. 6. Leafy greens. Nature's multivitamin on a plate. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula, and similar greens are rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber, and plant compounds that support circulation and reduce inflammation. They also provide dietary nitrates, which can help maintain healthy blood flow. Because some nutrients in greens are fat-soluble, combining them with olive oil or a handful of nuts improves absorption. Aim to include a generous portion each day, a cup or two of raw greens in a salad, a handful blended into a morning smoothie, or a sautéed side with garlic. For people on blood-thinning medications, be mindful of vitamin K content and consult a provider about consistent intake. Rotating different leafy greens helps you get a broader mix of nutrients without monotony. 7. Greek yogurt. A protein-rich, probiotic-friendly choice that can support digestion and bone health. Plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt offers concentrated protein along with live cultures that may help nourish the gut microbiome. It also contains calcium, which supports bone maintenance. To keep sugars low and benefits high, choose plain varieties and add your own fruit, a sprinkle of nuts, or a drizzle of olive oil and herbs for a savory twist. For those who are lactose intolerant or avoid dairy, look for fortified plant-based yogurts that contain live cultures and added calcium and protein where possible. Portion-wise, a half to 1 cup is a reasonable daily choice as a snack or part of a meal. 8. Oats. Slow-burning whole grains that help stabilize appetite and cholesterol. Oats are a good source of beta-glucan, a soluble fiber associated with modest reductions in LDL cholesterol, and with a feeling of fullness that can smooth energy levels throughout the morning. Enjoy oats as overnight oats, warm porridge, or blended into smoothies for added body. Combine oats with blueberries and a spoonful of yogurt or chopped nuts for a balanced breakfast. For gluten-sensitive individuals, choose oats labeled gluten-free to avoid cross-contamination. A typical serving is about half a cup of dry oats, which becomes a hearty bowl when prepared. 9 nuts. Concentrated, nutrient-dense bites of healthy fat, protein, and micronutrients. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts each bring slightly different benefits. Walnuts are rich in plant-based omega-3s, almonds supply vitamin E and magnesium, and a mix provides a variety of minerals. Studies link regular nut consumption with better heart outcomes when eaten in place of less healthy snacks. Keep portion sizes modest. A small handful, about an ounce or roughly 12-20 nuts, depending on the type, is enough to gain benefits without excess calories. If you have a nut allergy, avoid them and focus on seeds like pumpkin or sunflower seeds, which offer healthy fats and minerals. A daily handful can be a mid-afternoon snack, a topping for yogurt, or blended into a dressing for extra creaminess. 10. Green tea, a gentle, antioxidant-packed beverage for calm focus. Green tea contains catechins, natural antioxidants, and the amino acid L-theanine, which together can support alertness without the jittery edge of strong coffee. Swapping 1 cup of coffee for green tea some days, or adding green tea as a second beverage, is an easy way to include it. Enjoy it hot or iced, plain or with a slice of lemon. If caffeine is a concern, look for decaffeinated green tea or limit timing later in the day. Green tea is an accessible daily habit. 1 to 2 cups spread through the morning keeps the benefits coming. Now let's pull a few threads together. These 10 foods aren't magic individually. They work through shared biological levers, reducing low-level inflammation, supplying antioxidants that protect cells, supporting steady blood sugar through fiber, and balanced fats, and nourishing the gut microbiome with prebiotic fibers and probiotic foods. That's why combinations matter. Olive oil drizzled over leafy greens helps you absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Blueberries stirred into oats or yogurt add antioxidant support to a fiber-rich base. Legumes and oats together make a filling, plant-based protein pairing. Greek yogurt topped with nuts gives a satisfying mix of protein, probiotics, and healthy fats. For a simple way to start today, pick 1 to 3 foods from this list and build them into your routine for a week. A beginner-friendly example: day start with oats topped with blueberries and a sprinkle of walnuts. Mid-morning, enjoy a cup of green tea. At lunch, include a leafy green salad dressed with extra virgin olive oil and a hard-boiled egg. For dinner, add a portion of salmon or a generous serving of legumes. Small steps like this, repeated, are the practical path toward long-term benefits. If you cook once a week, make a batch of lentil soup, roast a tray of vegetables to finish with olive oil, and portion out nuts and frozen berries, so healthy choices are the easy choice. A few important notes: allergies and intolerances matter. Eggs, dairy, nuts, and fish are common allergens, so select safe alternatives and speak with a healthcare provider if you're unsure. Avoid framing food as punishment or quick fixes. These suggestions are about consistent, sustainable choices, not rigid rules. For those who don't eat fish, plant-based omega-3 sources like chia, flax, and walnuts, or algae-derived supplements are effective options. When choosing yogurt, if you're dairy-free, look for probiotic-rich plant yogurts with added calcium and protein. And when possible, favor whole, minimally processed forms of these foods. Whole oats over sugary cereals, plain yogurt over sweetened varieties, whole fruits rather than concentrated juices. If you want a fast start challenge, commit to a 7-day habit of including 3 items from this list every day: 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner or snack. Notice how energy, satiety, and even mood shift when your plate becomes consistently richer in these nutrient-dense choices. To wrap up, you don't need an extreme diet or expensive supplements to invest in your long-term health. Making a habit of including extra virgin olive oil, eggs, blueberries, legumes, omega-3 sources like salmon or plant-based alternatives, leafy greens, Greek-style yogurt or probiotic alternatives, oats, nuts, and green tea is a realistic, evidence-informed way to support your heart, brain, digestion, and energy. Small daily choices compound over time. If you're ready to start, comment below which one of these foods you'll add to your day, subscribe for more practical health tips, and share this video with someone who'd like a simple plan to eat better. Which 3 will you try this week? Take the small step and see where it leads. Important notice: this content is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended to replace medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional or physician before making changes to your diet, supplements, or health routine.